Here for newteevee.com with Bob Perry, Executive Vice President of Panasonic and Consumer Electronics, I should say. And today in your keynote you raised an interesting vision that has to do with current talks about new regulation in cable space. And you said that there is an option, at least on the table, that government might decouple cable, make cable a dumb pipe, and open up programming to everybody. Do you think this will happen, and who wants this to happen?
Actually, there's not an option on the table. It's just been a history of U.S. regulation that the decoupling of the transport and the services has happened. And whether that even matters to some degree is an interesting debate, because with over-the-top television, consumers simply use cable as a pipe anyway. So maybe the government won't react in such a way or do anything like that. My real point, however, is that consumers desire choice, and that all of us in this ecosystem have to figure out how to deliver choice. But as I also said, I think for many years to come, consumers will watch traditional cable, traditional satellite, as well as watching an increasing amount of IP-delivered content.
So what can cable companies specifically do to deliver this choice to consumers so that they don't abandon them? There's this whole, I guess this trend, or maybe it's a fear of the cord cutter that abandons cable and just uses over the top, just uses online video. What can cable do to keep their customers?
So, when you're in a period of transformational change in technology, whether, for example, if you're a traditional telco and you deliver traditional wireline phone service, and you know for a fact that your consumers are decoupling and they're going to cellular and moving completely away from a wired phone environment, your choices are to find a way to adapt to what the consumer wants instead of trying to stop that market trend. Because the reality is that market demand and market trends are usually much larger than a particular industry or a company. And so you have to find a way of giving the consumer what they want. And so all of these businesses have to continue to change their business model and deliver what the consumer wants. So, cable has a lot of opportunities. They have this marvelously big pipe. Cable companies have done a great job in communicating to consumers that they are in fact the fastest pipe that's available into the home. So cable companies in fact are adapting to this change, and they're delivering IPTV through Fancast and this kind of thing. So cable companies, I think, clearly see what is happening and are adapting to it. I don't think it's appropriate to take the position that somehow they're going to be left behind. They are really part of this ecosystem.
Do you think it does need more regulation? Well, yesterday we had a panel as well where TiVo was bitterly complaining that they don't have access to interactive services on their boxes. Does the government need to step in, or does it need to step back? What's the way forward there?
So we are not a fan traditionally. The consumer electronics industry is not a fan traditionally of regulation. We prefer less regulation